We might be about halfway if we think about it from like a total like word count standpoint. So we're in Luke chapter 14. What's the point of Luke? Luke is all about certainty. Very good. Now, keep in mind that we are inching closer and closer towards the... Oh, who needs a Bible? Jordan needs this. Anybody else need a Bible? Yes.
Oh.
It's Colin Brown.
It's Colin.
He's in Montana. It's okay.
That's not Colin.
It's Colin Brown.
Oh.
Huh? One of my friends who moved to Montana. He left his Bible here. Where did my copy go? There it went. So, keep in mind for those of you who are in 7th grade that you have this Sunday, you have next Sunday, and that's it. Then you are gone. You are leaving.
Wait.
No, whoa. You said
Wait,
seven.
say that again?
Winston,
8th
I just got
graders.
here.
8th graders.
No, wait, what?
You have this Sunday, you have next Sunday, and then you're in high school.
What?
Wait, what about
What?
Wednesday?
That's scary.
That Sunday, so 2 Sundays from now, that's the first day, because Sunday starts off the week. That'll be your last.
So next Sunday's our last Sunday here.
Next Sunday is your last Sunday here?
Good thing I'm a 7th grader.
June 1st.
8th grader. From the boys. I feel like I'm always the only Sunday 8th grade guy.
Yeah, you are.
I guess so. Lucky you.
I mean, it might be Daniel sometime.
There you go. So anyway, you guys will be here, but then you guys are off to high school. So keep that in mind. I'll remind you guys next week, but just letting you guys know. They are finishing up Hebrews in there. You guys might end up being in Hebrews. Because some of you have said it, if you guys would like the lessons from Luke, let me know. I can put them in an accessible place, so that way you guys can listen to them. I record all of these, so it's fine. Basically, only my mom listens to them, so you're fine. Yes. Luke. It's all about certainty. Luke 14 is all about?
Humility.
Aha, very good. Running start. Luke is about certainty. Hoping. We have all the prophecies starting to come in. We have planning. We have people actually starting to move. We have Jesus being born. Preparing. We have Jesus getting baptized. He's learning in the temple. You guys remember this? He's growing in knowledge of the Lord. Authority. He is able to withstand the devil in the wilderness. He's also preaching, and people are like, this guy has authority. Cleansing. He cleanses 3 things. What were they? And yeah, so it's people's bodies, people's souls, and the law. Right? You guys remember that? Foundations. The very end of chapter 6 talks about building your house upon the foundation of Jesus' teaching. So he's laying out the fundamentals, the foundations of his teachings, and saying you need to build your house upon them, otherwise you'll fall. Realization, people are like, oh wait, this guy might actually be the Christ, right? John the Baptist is like, but are you really? And Jesus is like, you tell me, right? Blind are seeing, lame are walking, the poor are being proclaimed to. What's that?
Hearing.
I don't know if anybody deaf is made hearing in the text. Probably in real life, but not in the text. But that's okay. And that all is hearkening back to Isaiah when it talked about exactly what is going to happen. So Jesus is essentially saying, I'm not just going to say yes. I'm going to say, look at what's happening, and then look what was written. Right? So realization. Refining. What's happening in refining? Yeah, you start speaking in parables. So that way people would understand the truth better, right? No. Why does he speak in parables?
So only true believers.
Yeah, he starts speaking in parables, so that way it's like, no, I want only true believers here. True sheep hear my voice, so therefore I am going to start refining. Pivotal. What happens in pivotal? You guys remember?
Everything around Jesus is changing, but Jesus.
That's right. Everything around Jesus is changing, right? He does his biggest miracle, and people still don't believe in him, right? And so his ministry and his popularity was going upward trajectory this whole time, and then starts going down, right? An inflection point. Yes?
For refining, do you think at that point the disciples were like believers? Yeah.
All but one.
Because they kept asking him, like, what does this mean? Kind of thing.
Yeah, but I don't think that them asking for clarity is
It's wrong.
no, because you got to remember, they don't have the Spirit yet either, right? Jesus hasn't died, and so therefore God cannot dwell with man yet. Does that make sense? So therefore, once he dies, now Spirit can infill the believer. But good question. Where were we?
Reorient.
Reorient. That's right. So now reorienting. Remember, we have the biggest statement of it is with Mary and Martha, right? Mary is sitting and listening to Jesus. She's wanting to hear from Jesus. Martha wants to do things for Jesus, right? And which one was the better one? The person who's listening to Jesus or the person who's doing things for Jesus? Listening, actually. The person who is communing with Jesus is actually the one who is found to be in the right. Martha fills up her calendar with a whole bunch of good things, like all these ministry things, but Jesus says, no, to be with me is better than to go and do a whole bunch of things for me, right? Hypocrisy. You guys remember this one?
Pharisees are being hypocrites.
That's right. The Pharisees are being hypocrites. They are laying up law on the people that they themselves won't hold to, right? You guys remember this? So they have a whole bunch of rules and regulations, but they themselves do not keep them. And so Jesus calls them out and says, you guys are like a cup that you wash on the outside, but on the inside you keep dirty. You guys are like a bunch of tombs, right? Whitewashed on the outside, some nice flowers everywhere, so you look real pretty on the inside, but on the inside you are full of dead bones, right? You guys remember this? What's funny is you guys are also filled with a bunch of bones on the inside of you. So there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got you.
Every time I have an x-ray, I find out I have a spooky skeleton living inside me. Treasuring, chapter 12.
Store up your treasures in heaven.
That's right. Store your treasures in heaven, right? We have a whole bunch of things where people are trying to accumulate things on earth, and the ultimate answer is don't do that. You should find your treasure in heaven rather than here on earth, because these things on earth are going to fade. Chapter 13, inevitable. And we're getting now into unfamiliar territory because we've only reviewed these a couple of times. But inevitable. What was inevitable?
It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen. What's going to happen? What's the it?
Jesus' death.
No, not quite. I mean, it is.
Resurrection.
Huh?
Resurrection.
No. Judgment is closer.
Revelation.
No.
Inevitability.
No. Inevitability is not inevitable. Judgment is the closest. The idea was the kingdom is coming. Within the kingdom, there is judgment. So that's why you're very, very close. I don't want to, you're right there. But the idea there is the kingdom. Because he starts talking about the kingdom. The kingdom is like a mustard seed. You guys remember that? It plants small and then it grows and becomes this giant tree, right? And then he also does the leaven. Tiny little bit of leaven. But what does it do? It fills up the entire loaf. So it's very expansive, but it's also very pervasive, right? So not only is it stretched really far, but on the inside it infects everything else, but in a good way. So inevitability is there. That's why chapter 13 is inevitable. So the kingdom is inevitable. No, because I asked what is inevitable, and you said inevitability.
You said inevitability.
That's what chapter 13 is about. But that's not what inevitability is about. Chapter 14 is all about humility, right? So we're going to pray, and then we're going to dive into chapter 14. Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today. Lord, thank you that your word is truth, that we can rely on it as a firm foundation, that we can understand that God has revealed himself to us, and therefore we can know where we ought to go. Lord, as this word speaks to us, we ask that we would be humble. We ask that we would listen to what you have to say to us, that you'd get my words out of this, but only use what I say that is true and related to your word to impact these kids' lives. I love these kids, love everybody in this room. Lord, help them to see you more clearly. I love you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So Luke chapter 14, it's all about humility. Now, humility, what is humility?
Being humble.
Not dictionary.com definition, please. Define the word without using the word. When you define a word, you can't use the word to define the word. You can't say that the definition of a dog is something that has dog-like qualities. That doesn't make any sense. You have now not helped anybody understand what a dog is. What is humility?
Putting yourself to the lowest standard.
That's a good one. I like that. Putting yourself on the lowest level, right?
I think he said standard.
Standard. I knew what you meant. Oh, yeah. You want high standards for yourself, but I know what you mean. Anybody else want to take a stab at humility? Daddy says close. I like it.
Putting others before yourself.
Boom. Putting others before yourself is absolutely one. Yeah. Let me ask you guys this. If somebody was just walking around and they're like really, like they put on a black hood and they're just walking around and they're like really sad all the time and they're like, oh, I'm just not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. Nobody likes me. I'm just going to keep to the shadows and be lame. Would we describe that person as humble? No, right? So thinking really low of yourself doesn't necessarily equal humility, right? You see what I'm saying? So somebody who's just like, a woe is me, I'm so terrible and bad and awful, doesn't necessarily equate to humility. Fair? You guys see what I'm trying to get at? Do no if no. Excellent. It's okay to say no. I want you to come with me. So, all right. So humility is putting others ahead of yourself. And one of the very helpful quotes that I always rest on when it comes to humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking about yourself less. Okay, let me say that again. Listen carefully. It is not thinking less of yourself, that you are worthless and garbage and terrible and no good. It is thinking about yourself less. Right? I'm not as often thinking about myself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
See the distinction there? So the Bible holds two things true. One is that we all deserve hell, right? We all are base level. We deserve judgment. We deserve to be separated off from God.